Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. Now, before we dive into today's video, I just want to take a second and say thank you for stopping by and checking out what we have going on here today. I really do appreciate it. If you like what you see here, I invite you to check out some of the other videos that we have here on the channel. We don't do a ton of pickup videos, but we have in the past. We'll have them linked for you right up there. And if you really like what you see here, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. And what I want to know from you down in the comments, what is the best stealing, dealing, just the best value for a pickup that you have? This stack we're going to go through right here, you're never going to believe how little I paid for it. Now, the month of October was phenomenal for us for pickups. Normally, I don't pick up this much stuff in 6 months, let alone 1 month. But we had just some great deals. That's kind of why I wanted to bust this out in a separate October pickups video. Now, talking about picking up, one thing I'm going to tell you about real quick so I can set it down is this guy here. I have wanted one of these self-healing mats for a while. It's supposed to be solder resistant. It has all these little parts bins and whatnot molded into it. It's a pretty good size, and it allows me to keep my screws and other things more organized while I am soldering on my workbench. I finally ended up picking one of these up. They're available in a variety of different sizes off of Amazon. And the nice thing too, when I do hit the bench and do filming with certain things, that'll provide a little bit nicer background color to contrast off of. So hopefully fine details can pop out a little bit more. Now, one extra thing is it did have this really nice little blue anodized screwdriver with multi-tips and everything on here. The screws are the tips are kind of small, so I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it, but it was included, so that was pretty nice there. Starting out the month of October, we head every year to the Bridge Festival in Indiana, and there's a number of different communities that are involved in it. Some of them are larger communities, some of them are smaller ones. It's kind of like think of a pop-up like craft fair and flea market, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. I have never seen anything video game related in the years that I've been going since 2016. This year, however, was quite different. This whole stack that you see here is $5. Oh, and not only was that $5, GameCube controller included for $5. I got these at a resale store in Rockville, Indiana, and let's take a look at each of the individual titles that we have here. So let's talk about this stack of games that we have here. We're going to go through a lot of them, and basically the way that this all worked out was we went into a store and they had a deal. Whatever you could fit into a basket was $5. Didn't matter what it was, $5. So for the PlayStation, we got the Evil Within, and does have the manual inside. Titanfall 2 for the PS4. No manual on this one, but I don't know that this had a manual to begin with. And we're just going to randomly be going through these. So Madden 05 for the original Xbox, manual. Battlefield 4 for the Xbox 360. Now, as you can see here, disc 1 is missing. We had 3 games with issues like this. So this one has disc 1 missing. Fable 2 had one of the discs missing. And there was a third game, I can't remember what it was, but the disc was actually broken. So there you can see, if someone has disc 1 that they want to get rid of, or if they're looking for a disc 2, let me know. For the original Xbox, the Platinum Hits version of Knights of the Old Republic, manual and everything. And again, these weren't $5 each, it was $5 total. Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, Knights of the Old Republic 2 for the Xbox, and again, manual and everything. Soldier of Fortune Payback for the 360. The Game of the Year edition of Dead Island, I've honestly never heard of it. But this again has manual and everything right in there. And there were some doubles in here, so here's Connect Adventures, complete with everything, and I think I've got a second one in here somewhere. Battlefield 3 for the 360. Both discs were in there, which is a good thing. Batman Arkham Asylum. Madden 12 for the 360. Connect Sports for the 360. Again, so many with the manuals and everything. And up to this point, things have also had the original boxes. Now, I do have like Dead Island here, where this is a duplicate. I don't have the original box, but there's the disc. Saints Row 2 for the 360, a second Connect Adventures, and again, complete in box. $5 for all of this. Assassin's Creed for the 360. Now, I have to admit, I haven't played the original one. I've heard this is not very good, but I'm actually still kind of looking forward to playing it. Assassin's Creed 3. Now, this one said Disc 1 is missing. There's Disc 1. Disc 2. Adrian at Live Action Games hooked us up with Disc 1, so thank you, my friend. Sniper Ghost Warrior for the 360. Almost looks like the Ultimate Warrior, doesn't it? Again, complete. So this one was interesting when it says Xbox 360 Bungie. I'm like, what the heck could that be? And I open it up, it's Halo 3. NBA 2K for the 360. Again, complete. Xbox 360 Dance Central Connect. Connect Sports Season 2. And our final game that we had in this lot was Sniper Elite V2, the Silver Star Edition. There's that. Now, this actually I think just came out on the Switch recently, so it's supposed to be a good game? I don't know. Also in this lot was this controller here, and at first I couldn't tell because the controller wire was wrapped around here if it was the Nintendo one or not. But I'm like, it's included in that lot if I can fit it in the basket, right? Yeah, I'll take it. It doesn't have any markings on it whatsoever. I think this is a PDP one, but I could be wrong. Actually, to be honest with you, it doesn't feel bad at all. So, again, $5 for that whole lot. There are games that I will keep in this, but most of them I'll probably trade away towards something else. Again, for a $5 investment to get this stack of games, pretty stinking awesome, and to get that GameCube controller. Now, when I first saw it sitting in the store, I thought that this was an OEM Nintendo one. It's not. It's a no-name. Damn. It's just one of those things that the white GameCube controller I know goes for a pretty penny, but to have another wired GameCube controller is always good. Now, on the top of the stack, we do have 3 other things that I did get throughout the month. One of them, and this was an eBay purchase, I finally got myself an actual copy of Bonk's Adventure. And the nice thing about this, it's complete. It's in great shape, and I have fired up my TurboGrafx just to test this. Works perfectly. Paid just under $50 for it, which is, you know, I didn't get a killer deal on it, but I finally have Bonk's in my collection, which is a good thing. I also picked up this guy here, and what this is this is a stand for normally a tablet or a cell phone, but I am now using this for my Leapao 15.6-inch portable monitor. I can raise and lower it if I need be. I can adjust the angle on it. What's nice for me is the fact that I use my portable monitor all the time as a second monitor now. I am so glad that I have that. And this allows me to use a mount or a stand that takes up less space than like the billfold type design that it came with. A little bit sturdier too. I don't have to worry about this collapsing or anything along those lines. I can rotate it. I actually set this up on my 1UP arcade machine because I have my little desk next to there that I work on when I do a lot of my editing, and this has come in very helpful. And then finally, out of this stack, I needed to go get my eyes checked because I haven't had my eyeglass prescription freshened in 5 years or so. And well, these have been working great for me. When I went and got my eye exam, I actually need readers now too. So the folks over at Firmoo, F-I-R-M-O-O, I'll have a link down in the more info section, sent me a coupon to try some of their glasses out. This is a mail order, and basically the way that it works is you give them all your specifications for your glasses, and they will go ahead and get them sent out for you pretty quickly and easily. The nice thing about these two is they have what they call a blue light blocker or a blue blocker, not to be confused with blue blocker sunglasses, that should reduce like the blue light that comes off of TVs, monitors, cell phones, along those lines. Why I wanted to get these, and like right now, looking at the camera is completely blurry for me, but looking at my old glasses, these are sharp as can be. So when I'm working in soldering, I can use these to be able to see what I'm working on better. Now, they do offer where I could get a progressive type lens. I actually thought that's what I had ordered, but this is just the readers here. You can get sunglasses through them. You can get the night vision block. There's a whole lot of options that they have out there. and they're inexpensive. I mean, these guys here that I got, nice frames and everything, would have been, I mean, they sent them to me free of charge just to check them out, but these would have been, with the blue light blocker on there, I want to say under 40 bucks with my prescription and everything. Very lightweight, very comfortable, very durable too. And what you can do too with the way that they have their stuff set up is if you want a thinner lens but still in your prescription, you can do that so it doesn't look like you're wearing Coke bottles as you had back in the day. Above and beyond that, I had posted on Instagram and Twitter, maybe on Facebook too, I don't remember, that I wanted to redo my whole setup that I had here. And part of the reason being is I now have my PlayStation 4 up here, where before it had been on my living room TV. Making room for the PS5 coming later on this month in November. We will be doing pickup and unboxing and initial thoughts on the PS5. Make sure that you are subscribed. And to do that, I needed to pick up a few different things. The first one that I picked up is this guy here. This is a Radio Shack 4-in 1 output component video switch box. I actually remember when I worked for Radio Shack, we had these, so I remember that. Now, one thing of note here is it says it supports up to 1080i resolution. It accepts 1080p, no problem whatsoever. And the reason why I wanted one of these is I've expanded what I'm doing with RetroTink 2X and 2X multi-formats. So I now have both a standard RetroTink and a multi-format. The multi-format allows for higher resolutions in so that you can use things like the Wii, PS2, PS3, Dreamcast if you want to. And it will either do a pass-through or it will do, its magic and everything that it does there. Absolutely love it. So I have my standard RetroTink 2X going to my regular component switcher box that I've had for a while. But this one here now handles my PS2, my PS3, my Wii, and my Xbox, my original Xbox. Now, talking about all of those systems, and we're going to bounce around what's up here a little bit. There are a couple other components that I needed. I wanted to be able to go into my capture card with all of my systems. Well, I only had a 5-in, 1-out HDMI switch going to this TV, which was also going to my capture card. Monoprice sells a 16x1 for like $200 to $300. Did not want to invest that much. But I found an 8-in, 1-out on eBay, and they listed it for $89.99. I offered, I want to say $55 or $65, thinking, if I have to pay $70, $75, I'm okay. They accepted my offer. So I rewired everything that I had in here. I'm still using that 5-in, 1-out in input number 8 on that 8-in, 1-out switch box. It gets confusing, but trust me, it all works. And basically, I now have 13 HDMI options that can go into my capture card. Either my EasyCap 284, into my ElGato, or into a device I'm going to show you a little bit later. So that's where this guy here comes in. Where else should we go here? Oh, so kind of reorganizing the bench and everything here too. I did have a fat PS2, my model 2.5, I'd say, PS3, so not the original PS3, so the first redesign before they got to the Slim that I had then. I've got my Wii, my Wii U, and my Xbox One, the original Xbox One. And they are all mounted in the lower left cubby here. It's kind of a tight fit with the PS2 Fat. So I started wondering, what if I got a PS2 Slim? And I looked around on Facebook groups, and actually Matt, someone I used to work with at Horizon Hobby, was selling a PS2 Slim along with a couple games and a wireless controller. And here it is. So the PS2 Slim was in really good shape. I did go ahead and clean it out. I did remember after I got it from him that he was a smoker. Thankfully, this did not have a tobacco smell, so I'm very appreciative of that. And it also came with, like I say, 2 games. Suikoden 4, which RPG, I don't care, but this next one, God of War. I love the God of War games. It's just a stupid fun hack and slash, and I mean, it's complete in box, and quite honestly, so is Suikoden 4 is complete in box, and these are original cases too. So PS2 and those 2 games, for 30 bucks. I've gotten some killer deals in the month of October. Let's see, where should we go next? Let's go to what we have here, because this is one of the things I teased. One day, I get a message from Adrian at Live Action Games. He's like, hey, I've got this old school HD video capture card, and he sent me a picture of it. Do you want to check it out? I'm like, sure, how much? He's like, no, do you want to check it out? So we hooked it up here on the channel. We will be doing a full-blown unboxing and review of this. I have seen similar units to this in the past for really, really cheap. But I've also heard really, really good things about it. So this is something that I'm curious to check out. The one limitation I will say on it is the fact that, well, there's no way to connect the output on here to a TV. So I have to look on my laptop or a third monitor, second monitor I would say, to be able to play on a larger screen. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to like this, but we'll definitely be checking this out here. What else do we have this month? Well, let's talk about this guy here. So I actually, about 3 months ago, I picked up a PS3 Fat for free. I was in Disc Replay here locally, and a couple guys, a father and son, were trying to trade it in, and they said, well, the laser doesn't read regularly, so we're not interested. Now, if you ever find yourself in this position, please do it the way that I did. I waited until the guys were outside. I followed them outside, and I said, hey, I heard you got a PS3 that's not working. What do you want for it? Well, you can just have it. I'm like, no, let me give you a couple bucks. Like, no, just have it. And there was like 6 or 8 garbage games, but a fat PS3 that didn't have a working laser and a couple games, and I think it had a Logitech wireless controller in it. So again, I reached out to Adrian Live Action Games. Hey, I need a laser for this model fat PS3. He had a fat PS3 that basically got scavenged for parts, for case parts, for motherboard parts, everything like that. So we are going to take this laser assembly unit out of here and install it into our non-working PS3 right now and see if we can't get it working again. Net, a free PS3 that we can use as trade bait, pretty awesome. Now, to hook everything up, like I mentioned, I'm going through AV switcher boxes, I'm going through RetroTinks, my OSSC, which I didn't mention, I'm going through my OSSC as well. One of the things that I had with my PS3 was my PS3 was going through HDMI. Normally it would be great, right? You can't capture easily coming out of the PS3 because of the HDCP, the copyright protection essentially that's on there. But if you use component video cables, you can go through like an OSSC or a RetroTink. So I had some really cheap, crappy, knockoff Sony PS3, PS2 component video cables. And I was getting a ton of noise here on my system. Well, never fear, because HD Retrovision is here. I picked up a set of HD Retrovision PS2 and PS3 component video cables that will be going into this whole kit and caboodle here, and will provide really great video output. And the best thing about this is it'll work with either system. Now, I posted on Twitter and I posted on Instagram that I actually picked up a set of official Sony, or were they Monster? You know what? They might have been Monster cables. Actually, I found a good set of Sony cables for the PS3, PS2. So I have that going right now from the PS3 to my switch box. This will actually be going to the PS2 into my switcher. Very cool there. I also managed to pick up a set of the Monster cable component video cables for my original Xbox. Again, I posted all of that on social media earlier in the month. So earlier this morning, I was watching Adam Korlick's video on the new HDMI adapter for the Xbox. If you haven't checked it out, so do so. But one of the things that he was talking about was how to get the best video quality out of your original Xbox, and that was using either Microsoft's own component video output cable or the Monster cables. Well, I just left Live Action Games looking for some cables for the component cables for the PlayStation 2 and 3, and, well, I guess we got the good cables for the original Xbox now, too. So in addition to those original Xbox cables, I also managed to find these downstairs at Live Action Games too. These are the monster cables for the PS2 and PS3, so we're definitely going to be going into our RetroTink with these. We're not done. I already had a really nice set of component video cables for the Wii, but he had the OEM Nintendo ones down in the basement at Live Action Games too. So yeah, everything going to be going through my RetroTink Pro with a new switcher I just got. Yeah, very cool. Going to upgrade the video quality of everything going into the systems. That's very awesome. And the great thing, I got these at a killer price, under 30 bucks, available through Castlemania Games. They carry HD Retrovision, and I've got good stuff going on there. Speaking of Castlemania Games, a couple other things I ordered throughout the month from them, and we're going to set that apart. So they have these guys here. This is a triad power supply, and Ryan now carries a plethora of different power supplies on the website, or same power supply, different pigtail to change either the polarity or the tip size or something like that. Just remember, if the tip's in, it counts. But the reason why I wanted one of these is the fact that I am going to be using this on my TurboGrafx 16, my original one. Now, I know you can use, I forget if it's the NES or the SNES or the Genesis adapter. One of them technically works on the TurboGrafx 16, and you can get, you know, third-party knockoff ones that you can feel the power transformer has nothing to it. There's very little magnet or anything along those lines. The Triad stuff is really well known for being well put together, good stuff overall. And they, you know, Ryan does have the pigtail adapter for the TurboGrafx 16. I am looking forward to trying like the DB Booster or the new spark plug from Insurrection Industries with my TurboGrafx 16. We're also going to try out some, like, I don't want to call them knockoff, but there's these eBay component video outputs that you can get that they just don't look very good, and I don't know how they're going to perform. So we're going to check those out. Again, something so you folks don't have to out there. Another thing that we got, and I think this is the final thing, yeah, this is the final thing that we got from Ryan this month that and this is all stuff that I ordered. So this guy here, you may not quite know what it is, but this is the back for a 3D printed back for the controller on the Virtual Boy. I am working, as soon as they get back in stock, on trying to acquire one of the consoleizers for the Virtual Boy, and this will basically cover up the hole on the back of the Virtual Boy controller to give it just a better overall look. Now, there are different color variants available on these guys. Ryan's got them available. I'll have them linked down in a pinned post for you guys and gals as well. We're coming down to the end, and we've got some cool games and a fun anniversary present for my wife too. And let's talk first about the anniversary, because we went to Indianapolis for our anniversary, just on a whim, completely different trip from the Bridge Festival, well, the unofficial Bridge Festival that we went to. And we went to a local mall, and inside that mall they had an arcade. And at first glance I'm like, okay, it's an arcade, looks cool. And then I saw it. They had a cabinet full of retro goodness in there. They had a gold N64. Not in the box, but it was still the gold N64, 110 bucks. Actually, not a bad deal. But they had a bargain bin, 2 for $5. I started digging because I saw that they not only had US games, but they had imports. And I picked up these two games right here. This first one is Super Indie Champ, and the other one is Star Wars Rogue Squadron for the Japanese N64. Both of them for $5. First of all, I love this game on the N64. It is terrific. And I have modded my N64 that I can play import games. This will play just fine. And the artwork, look at the artwork on this. Beautiful. And the fact that we were in Indianapolis getting Super Indie Champ, it just felt like poetic that it had to be done. So $5 for both of these here. Again, just adding to really great deals that we've gotten all month long. We have a local video rental store in the area called Family Video. Many of you probably have heard of it. It's one of the few brick and mortar rental stores that you can find anymore. Now, our stores locally here had a deal where you could get select Wii, PS3, and Xbox 360 games, basically 2 for $5, or they're $2.99 each. I went, and they didn't have a great selection, but the first one that I saw, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to pick that up, is Bionic Commando. I love the one on the NES, and I think I've played the demo of this on the PS3 back when Sony, you know, actually did demos and whatnot through the PlayStation Store. So I picked this one up. I figured, okay, $3, worst case scenario, but let's see if we can't find a second game to go along with it. I actually picked up Excitebots. I have Excite Truck, and I remembered renting this back in the day, and I enjoyed it, and for, you know, essentially $2, I'll take it. This is like a $7 game loose, but the nice thing on Bionic Commando is the fact it is actually complete in box. So very nice there. Really, really happy about that. And again, $5 for 2 good games. We're running into a lot of phenomenal deals like that this month. We're running out of things to talk about, but this next one, pretty cool. I had placed an order from Limited Run Games for Shantae and the Seven Sirens, and I have to admit, this is now my second Shantae game. I have Shantae and the Pirate's Curse that I picked up last year at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and I've never played any of them. But it's one of those that, you know, I know that they're pretty valuable on the secondary market. In fact, my first copy of Shantae that I have, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, is worth over $250 right now, and I paid $35. This guy here, I want to say it was either 29 or 35 or something along those lines, and it's one of those that I bought to kind of sit and hold on. I may actually buy the digital version and keep this one sealed, and that way I at least have a physical version and a version to play. I know that sounds kind of cheap and cheesy and whatnot, but who knows? This is actually bought more to flip in the future. And I know you guys probably hate me for that, but as Gabbo would say, it is what it is. And then second to last thing we're going to talk about this month is another pickup for the TurboGrafx 16. I'm actually really enjoying looking for TurboGrafx games. Adrian at Live Action Games had gotten 3 of them in. Vigilante was one, R-Type was one, and I almost pulled the trigger on it, but that's like a $70 game. Wasn't going to do it. But this is Final Lap Twin, and what I love about it is the fact that it has both Indy cars and RC cars, or actually Formula 1 cars and RC cars on the cover on it. I don't know anything about this game. I'm looking forward to trying it out and playing it. But the one kind of bummer on it is complete, but the inside hold down on the tab or on the case is missing, and it doesn't have the little like fabric sleeve that the game itself would go into. But again, for $25, not too bad. And our final pickup that we're going to talk about this month is this guy here, and this was an anniversary gift, a first anniversary gift from the Amazing Ginger, and it is, as you can see from the pouch, yes, it is indeed an Atari Lynx. This pouch actually used to belong to Adrian at Live Action Games, and he threw this in for her. I don't have any games for this yet, so I'm looking for suggestions. But this was just, I've never actually held one until she gave me this, and it's unique the fact that you can do the righty or lefty depending on what your preferred hand style method is. I know this thing drains batteries. I also know that the folks over at Stone Age Gamer have teased an EverDrive sort of thing for this that may be coming out soon. So I would like to be able to check that out. So if Stone Age Gamer happens to see this, hey guys, how you doing? But this is very cool. I'm looking for, like, California Games I know is a must own for this, and there are a couple other games. I think R-Type, speaking of R-Type just a few moments ago, is another game that is just absolutely a classic on this system. But overall, we did quite a bit this month, more than what I normally do. I mean, just this stack alone is, like I mentioned, 6 months worth of pickups, and it's all here for $5. Things that I'm probably going to get rid of without any question is going to be things like, the Kinect games. I don't have a Kinect. I don't even know if the Kinect for the Xbox One would work with 360 Kinect games. Don't know. Let me know in the comments if you happen to know down there. But I mean, this has been a phenomenal month, and this is in addition to things like we had our Video Game Monthly unboxing. We had our Retro Game Treasure unboxing. We've had other videos and pickups that we've shown throughout the month. There have been things that just October was phenomenal for us. Not just in terms of pickups, but also just want to take a second and thank each and every one of you out there who watch our videos, who like, who share, who subscribe. October was really a great month for this channel, and it is thanks to all of you. So never underestimate the effect that you can have on someone like me. But let me know what you think of these games, of these pickups, of my new wiring setup and everything that I have here, of going from a PS2 Fat to a Slim, and you know, the whole kit and caboodle here. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you've got any other comments, as always, feel free to email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can send me a message over on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions and Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, if you are looking to pick up some of the things that I showed you here in this video, like the HD Retrovision cables, like the Triad power supply, if you need to clean your systems and your games with one-up cleaning cards, head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. And the cool thing is, if you use promo code RockSolid10, you save 10% off of most items on the website, and the more you spend, the more you earn with Castle Cash, the rewards program that they have over there, where basically if you have $10 worth of Castle Cash, you have $10 that you can use and save at the castle. And the great thing is Castle Cash, it is just like cash. Very, very cool. Thank you, Ryan, for everything that you do here for the community. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you like what you see here, if you want to see more, make sure that you go ahead, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification, because there's a few videos that we've teased in this. You know, Ryan, we're waiting for the Virtual Boy Consolizer. I know as soon as those get in, we're going to order one of those from Castlemania Games. We've got the back plate for the controller here. I ordered the 9-pin DIN connector so I can go ahead and kind of preempt that and do the output mod that he has on the website as well for the Virtual Boy. So that is very cool. Another video that we have coming up. A whole lot of things coming up to the channel here soon too, as I keep hitting this box with my elbow. So this has been awesome. This has been a really good month. Oh, another one that we're going to be testing out too is the old school capture card, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. Really excited to bring you guys more and more content through November, through December, and into 2021. My name is Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions and our look at our awesome pickups for October of 2020. I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Everything that we raise gets reinvested right back into the channel so we can make more and better content for you. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.